What's good with the people, man? He on talking about it's your partner, man. Who? He on talking about it's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? It's your partner, man. Who? You know what I'm talking about? Man, what's good with the people, man? How is y'all doing on this Friendly Fire Part 2? You know what I'm talking about? Friendly Fire Friday Part 2. You know what I'm talking about? I say, what is about all we gonna get into it. I'm kind of in a rush, man. So before we get into that, man, y'all just know my normal shout outs, man. Good brother like myself, man. I don't promote no hold on, let's get the penitentiary out the way first, man. What's good? People like he, ha, ha, Ken in the pen, man. All my folks incarcerated, all my folks who ain't. Everybody on the bottom of that thing, everybody on top of that thing. Keep that head up, keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Go get stick up in stores now. You can go get them everywhere, man. You know what I'm talking about? But if all else fails, man, make sure you go get you some on check Amazon, get you one of them hardbacks, man. You know what I'm talking about? Worldwide INC, man. What you say, bro? Worldwide Incorporated. What you say, bro? Worldwide. You know what I'm talking? They gonna say what it mean? Hey, it means everybody. And Dugu, Mike, Lil Rue, not Lil Rue, Lil Rue. You know what I'm talking about? Cutthroat, Tata the player. That's who comes next. Same thing. Everybody on the bottom of that thing. Everybody on top of that thing. Keep that head up. You know what I'm talking about? Keep pushing. We gonna get through it to get to it, man. You know what I'm talking about? Now let's get through. Let's get through these. Mama say don't brush, always brush your wishes on TV, man. I need another toothbrush. Penny done tore mine up, man. But yeah, Coffee Chronicles, man. You know what I'm talking about? Classic roast, piping, huh? Or maybe a little bit piping. You know, that thing gonna need some more warmth on it. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. Y'all know I don't promote nothing, man. You know what I'm talking about? No prejudice, don't promote no crime, don't promote no violence, don't promote no domestic violence, don't promote no drugs, don't promote no alcohol consumption, don't promote no drug sellage, you know what I'm talking about, don't promote no negativity, don't promote nothing, you know what I'm talking about. They say, well, bro, I say, I don't promote nothing. You know what I'm talking about? All I promote is y'all go ahead, do what you're going to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you find the right thing to do with your time, young ladies and gentlemen, because we just don't know how much of it we got, man. But a good brother like myself, I'm not prejudiced. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself, I don't got nothing against the sexually different. You know what I'm talking about? Good brother like myself. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't got nothing against the little people, man. Nah, man. I ain't got nothing against nobody, man. You know what I'm talking about? Me, I just love me some everybody. You know what I'm talking about? As a matter of fact, I'm on a question. You know what I'm talking about? Bring that peace. You know what I'm talking about? That joy. You know what I'm talking about? That love. We just bring that love back to YouTube community, man. Hold on, let me go put some hot. You know what I'm talking about? Right back up on you with the. You know what I'm talking about? Right back up on you, man, with the piping hot. You know what I'm talking about? With the piping hot, man. Shout out to everybody who don't play with knives, but it's still stabbing you in your back. I see sharp objects looking down. It's a Friendly Fire Part 2, man. Friendly Fire Friday Part 2. What you talking about, bro? Just that right there, that Friendly Fire. Friendly Fire Part 2, man. You know what I'm talking about? So just check this one out, man. You know what I'm talking about? You will, because I think in this, especially this, like today, man, I think that we get discombobulated by that shit right there. They say discombobulated, bro. Yeah, I think we get discombobulated about that friendly fire shit right there, man. Because I think that's a lot of that friendly fire is what be breaking you down as a person. You know what I'm talking about? Because you run around this motherfucker and you just can't believe. What's this nigga pain again? I don't know. It's like you can't believe the betrayal, you can't believe this, that like you go into a motherfucking slump or like some type of depression when you come to figure out that it be the motherfucker close to you hating on you and shit. And I think I understand the little Neezy Poos because when y'all about y'all friends, y'all be weird about that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all be acting like y'all just got y'all heart broke or something when it come to that shit. You feel what I'm saying? You be sitting there acting like you in a state of depression. You can't go on just because another motherfucker, you done found out another motherfucker true colors, man. You know what I'm talking about? You can't never, nigga, Friendly Fire, Friday Part 2, folks. And I think that should be having a lot of motherfuckers discombobulated. But in today's world, bro, you damn near, I don't want to say you got to be looking out for it, but you got to damn near expect that shit, bro. You got to expect one of these motherfuckers to come around and all that kumbaya shit that it's just like I said, my first friendly fire, man. A lot of times you think of motherfuckers be coming around for you, but they be coming around for them. You get what I'm saying? That's why right now, if you making it, somebody else don't, they gonna put a guilt trip on you for making it. I ain't bullshitting with you. Even though if they would have made it, you wouldn't even heard that they made it. They would have been gone. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? They would have been gone, bruh. But when it come to you, you know what I'm talking about? They gonna put the onus on you. They gonna make you feel like the bad guy. You know what I'm talking about? Friendly Fire Friday, part 2. I'm telling you, man, ever since I've been on this, because this is what you will learn about people, man. People don't know what serious is. You feel me? People don't know what serious is. They not used to seeing serious. They really used to seeing sometime being lazy. You know what I'm talking about? That's what they don't really they not used to serious. They don't know what serious looks like, bro. So when you serious about something, they gonna come and put a label on your serious. You get what I'm saying? They gonna come put a label on your serious, bro. They gonna tell you you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're talking about. Oh, they gonna try to make it seem like you acting funny when you really being serious about what it is the fuck you doing. You get what I'm saying? But the Friendly Fire Friday, two motherfuckers, man, they gonna come around, they gonna put a label on your serious, so you won't be so serious about the shit that you doing. You know what I'm talking about? You know how many times I done heard that shit, folks? For 3 years, bro. You know how many times I done heard that shit? Still hear it, folks. You know what I'm talking about? That's why it's always good to have your ultimate plan in the back of your motherfucking ultimate mind. You know what I'm talking about? Call for Chronicles on some real shit, bro. Cause even if your shit like I said, bro, you make a plan or whatever, even if that shit fall through a little bit, you still walking in the direction of your plan, so you gonna figure something out. You know what I'm talking about? You'll be around the realm of something. You get what I'm saying? But in this day and age right here, bro, we put too much on people. You know what I'm talking about? And not only do we put too much on people, we like say when your friend do some of that that fugazi shit, some of that 42 fake shit. Instead of you letting that shit be that, you make that shit bigger than what it is. Friendly Fire Friday, part 2. You know what I'm talking about? You say, bro, they make it bigger than what it is. Yeah, you make it bigger than what it is. You know what I'm talking about? I say, bro, how a motherfucker make it bigger than what it is? I'm finna tell you exactly how. Cause now you do have some incidents when you don't see it. You know what I'm talking about? Where motherfucker just playing the role, then all of a sudden, booyah, you know what I'm talking about? Nephew says, old man, old lady. Nephew says, old man, old lady. What you say, bro, old lady? You know what I'm talking about? And then, you know what I'm talking about? Just like that Bugs Bunny thing. And 52 size space, catch that anywhere the Earth creature. He has stolen my 52 size space logic tour. You know what I'm talking about? In 3 minutes, the Earth will go boom. So you might get some shit like that, right, bro? I ain't bullshit with you. To where you just don't see the signs, nigga. Then when you get there, boom, you know what I'm talking about? The fakeness blows up in your face, man. But for the most part, that shit been going on. You just ain't looked at it. That shit been going on, bro. You know what I'm talking about? But when the shit happens, instead of us just being the players that we is, man, and going and just pushing with that shit, it seemed like we had to, it seems like we have to stop everything we doing to let the world know we've been hit by Friendly Fire Friday Part 2. You know what I'm talking about? Instead of you just letting that shit be what it is and keep on pushing, you make this shit bigger than what it is. You know what I'm talking about? Friendly Fire Friday Part 2. You know, they say, bro, how do you make it bigger than what it is? Because you put a billboard of that shit up out there for the world to see. You know what I'm talking about? Now you want to run around and talk about your best friend, how they just did you so wrong, all the shit you did for them and all that. You making the scandal and the betrayal and shit bigger than what it is, bro. You could just see that shit and keep on pushing, bro. Take a middle note of that shit, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, this what this motherfucker was on, and keep pushing, bro. Everything that happened, you don't really have to just come up here and make an announcement about it to the world. We don't really You could just shake that shit off with you could just shake that shit off yourself and your mind and get on with it, bruh. You get what I'm saying? But we don't like to do that. We like to get credit and shit when we've been betrayed. You know what I'm talking about? We like to get the sympathy. We like to get the world's approval. You get what I'm saying? When we've been betrayed, we like to come up here and tell you how we've been betrayed, everything we did for a motherfucker. You know what I'm talking about? And where they did us wrong at. And we like to broadcast where they did us wrong at. You know what I'm talking about? When you could just let that shit go, folks. You know what I'm talking about? Because what's going to happen is when you do that, I'm going to tell you what happens. When you're trying to get sympathy for your business, you know what I'm talking about? Put your big business out there to get sympathy for it. You know what happens? What tends to happen? So you done moved on from that shit. You don't even really want to talk about that shit no more. You know what I'm talking about? But you done put it out in the atmosphere now, though. So guess what? Every time, even when you trying to get far and far away from that shit, guess what somebody gonna do? Somebody gonna come walk straight up to you and ask you about that shit. You know what I'm talking about? It's gonna be hard for you to ever get away from that shit once you put it out there, bruh. Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's where people gonna want to hold you to the scandal. You could have moved on, had a beautiful career after that, got past all that and everything, bruh. And guess what they always gonna bring you back to? Why your partner do you like that? You know what I'm talking about? They always gonna want to talk about that shit. That's why you don't. Because talking about that shit only gonna magnify it, bruh. It's gonna make it bigger. It's gonna put everybody in your business who don't even need to be in your business. You know what I'm talking about? Friendly Fire Friday 2. But it's just like that, bruh. And that's why I say you gotta watch yourself. It ain't really on you to watch the next motherfucker. All you gotta do is watch yourself, bruh. Everybody else will reveal themselves in time. If you get what I'm saying. You sitting around watching motherfuckers, you just gonna find something you think they did, folks. You just gonna find something you think they did. But I'm gonna tell you something else we don't do. You know what I'm talking about? I'm guilty of it all, so you know what I'm talking about? That's why I can tell you what we do as people. Because we don't want to admit our mistakes and shit. You know what I'm talking about? For some reason, y'all be talking about I'm perfect. You know what I'm talking about? I think y'all be the ones that be trying to be perfect. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you ask you ain't gonna, you embarrassed to talk about your mistakes. But it's people, y'all hold on, let me go find a crutch. Yeah, man. You know what I'm talking about? One of them things that we guilty of as people, even myself, man, is especially when it comes to the people you call friends and people you call you love and shit, we give them people way too many chances. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshitting with you. When it comes to motherfuckers right there, your friends and shit, we give them people way too many chances. And if you just realize the shit them people, like the first time they did it, if you just realize a lot of that shit, the magnitude of a lot of that shit, you would have, that's when y'all friendship would have cut off right then and there. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's almost like you damn near, I don't know, like you damn near give people the confidence to keep doing that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Like when niggas be stealing and when niggas just do fuck shit, period, bro. You get what I'm saying? It's like when you be like, man, I'm gonna let that go. That shit ain't that big. When you keep letting that shit go, it just goes to be bigger and bigger. You know what I'm talking about? Bigger magnitude of shit, more scandalous, more, you know what I'm talking about? When you just, because that's where that shit start right there, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That's the uneven shit from the beginning. A lot of times you'll realize you the good friend in all this shit that's going on. You'll realize you the good friend. You get what I'm saying? And there, not everybody else, but a lot of other people, man, they be that friendly fire Friday 2 type motherfucker, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And that's why this one of them cliches that's true too, where they say, man, it seems like you could always get more money with a motherfucker from like a out of town nigga or just somebody else who ain't in the immediate circle. It's like you like new people, you can fuck around and do business better with them than you can with motherfuckers you've been knowing your whole life. And that's a shame. That's just a shame. You know what I'm talking about? My whole life I've been living, and I said that's just a shame. Why is a fucking stranger has more of a desire to keep it real than the nigga that you supposed to love? A bitch you supposed to love. That shit crazy. It is. Friendly Fire Friday, part 2. And a lot of times like your friends just try you, your friends, your loved ones, just the people you consider loved ones and shit like that, and friends, and it seems like they try you way more than motherfuckers you don't even know, bruh. Coffee Chronicle. That shit really don't be making no sense. I ain't never understood that shit, bruh. Never understood that shit. And I can remember back in the day, that shit kind of used to be the opposite. You not really. It really wasn't the opposite, just on certain occasions though. But you'll fuck around and meet a new motherfucker, and you'll catch them. You know what I'm talking about? You'll catch them trying to be slick, sly. You know what I'm talking about? But no, it just depends on the person. You know what I'm talking about? It just depends on the person. But yeah, man, Friendly Fire 2, Friendly Fire Friday, part 2. You know what I'm talking about? And like you got so many warnings out here now, like the toxic, the narcissist, the Pookie and the Ray Ray, the single mama. You know what I'm talking about? The deadbeat dad, all these old labels and shit they got you watching, and they trying to tell you what each one of these people consists of and shit. And once again, you don't have to do nothing but watch yourself. You get what I'm saying? But the motherfuckers around you, a lot of times that's where the most harm come from. Or not harm. I ain't gonna even say harm. But the most hating. That you know what I'm talking about? That old fuck energy that be in the air, man. That old envy, jealous shit, you know what I'm talking about? To where it feel like everything you do gets questioned. Coffee Chronicle. You know what I'm talking about? Cause you got motherfuckers so childish now, bruh. I ain't bullshitting with you. Nigga and bitch alike. You have motherfuckers so childish in these days and times to where a motherfucker would try to pit you like against your job, bruh. You get what I'm saying? Now say I don't know, nigga, you was I don't know, nigga, you was a doctor or something, nigga. You feel what I'm saying? And you certain shit you had to come home study. You finna do operations and shit. We living in the day, bro, where a motherfucker would tell you your work mean more to you than them. You know what I'm talking about? Where they would even try to pit that guilt trip on you, folks. I ain't bullshitting with you. Coffee Chronicles. We living in a day where a motherfucker try to make you to be out, make you to be out to be a JCap, bro, about you being serious about some other shit. I don't know where that shit came from, bro. I'm telling you, we got a kid spirit floating around, bro. You know, I like the Chinese people, they be celebrating like when they be having the dragons and shit, like they be having different years and shit, like year to dragon, year to man, this is year of the child. You know what I'm talking about? This year of the baby. You know what I'm talking about? This year of the baby, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Yo, this year of the baby, man. I ain't talking about the year of the true bullshit, nigga. This the year of the toddler, nigga. Nigga, this the year of baby you, the Flintstone kids, nigga. Wilma, face having ass, nigga. Motherfucker, truth my ass. It's the year of the baby, nigga. You niggas running around here acting like the baby, nigga. You know, I'm talking about little ass kids, friendly friend. Friday, part 2, Friendly Fire. Friday, part 2, Coffee Chronicles, man. And like I've always said, I think you should just always encourage your people, whatever the fuck they doing. You know what I'm talking about? I believe in supporting your people. You you're not gonna get that, folks. And once again, listen to me. Let me tell you a little secret. Fuck a view. Fuck a subscription. Fuck a audience. Fuck a motherfucker who don't believe what you gonna do. Fuck all that shit, bruh. You just keep producing. Like the old school Patriots. You know what I'm talking about? You just keep producing, bruh, and see if you can catch up with some of your results, bruh. Even if shit go bad for a minute, bruh. You just keep on producing. You just keep on hustling, bruh. And see if you can catch up with your shit on the back end, bruh. See if you can run into your results. Coffee Chronicles. But as long as you keep creating, you're gonna create a masterpiece. Coffee Chronicles. That's why you just gotta keep pushing, bro. You can't let nobody else interfere with your seriousness, bro. And that's how we even got the friendly fire Friday part two. Cause what I was tripping off of, bro. I'm talking about in real life. I ain't talking about like off the computer, motherfuckers fucking with you. I don't even count that shit, bro. That's like a part of the computer trolls and shit. That's just like I guess, a part of the automated, a part of the computer program. I'm talking about like in real life, motherfuckers you know and shit. Just growing up with motherfuckers and everything. And you if you just sat down and thought about it, not everybody, bro, because of course you're gonna have some niggas where it's womb from the womb to the tomb, where it's just gonna be mutual, genuine, authentic ass relationship. You know what I'm talking about? But then you're gonna have them motherfuckers that's also you're gonna be like, man, these motherfuckers done did more shit than the motherfuckers we was fucking with. These motherfuckers right here done did more scandalous shit, and I don't know why it's like that. I don't. You know what I'm talking about? But just know it's like that. And that's why you can't let that be the focus, folks. Even when somebody go awry, even when somebody go bad, bro, just take that as a mental note. Coffee Chronicles. You know what I'm talking about? Just take that as a mental note. Because what we good for is now, too, I bullshit you not. We won't, because they done told you everything was content. So sometimes we make content that don't be nobody business. Because you think that's the shit that's gonna get you the traction. And to this day, bro, I don't even know why you would even want to be known like for the messy person, bro. That shit won't do nothing but catch up with you, bro. Because when you get to playing that character right there, bro, you been to said so much shit. It's like you been to made so many enemies, you forgot who your enemies was, bro. That ain't even no good way to be walking around, man. You want to walk around like Muhammad Ali and shit, bro, where the people come out there and want to jog with you. You see how they jogged up there to George Foreman? Fucked him up. That's what fucked him up right there when Ali had all the people behind him talking about some kumbaya, hey, kumbaya. You know what I'm talking about? That's what fucked him up right there, man. Because he was more concerned about the people. He forgot his skills. You know what I'm talking about? He was wondering why the people didn't have no love for him. You know what I'm talking about? He shouldn't have gave a fuck about Ali or the motherfucking Africans. That nigga should have went up in there with that strong ass motherfucking hook. You know what I'm talking about? He tried though. He tried. You know what I'm talking about? George Foreman. But yeah, man. On this Friendly Fire Part 2. Friendly Fire Friday Part 2, man. You can't let that shit stop you, bruh. And you can't polarize that shit either, bruh. That shit just happened, bruh. You gotta make a mental note of that shit and keep pushing, bruh. Cause you'll sit there and get yourself stuck on that shit too, and you'll get to thinking just like a bitch, wondering why everybody always doing something to you and all that shit, bruh. It's like instead of you thinking like that, you might want to start thinking like, man, I gotta be more on my game, who I let around me. You know what I'm talking about? Every situation you going through life, bro, requires for some self reflection. You know what I'm talking about? The situation don't require uh analyzing everybody else in the situation. You know what I'm talking about? Because you got at some point in time, you got to ask yourself, why do you keep being in the situation? You the common denominator. Friendly Fire Friday, Part 2. I ain't bullshitting with you. And if you know that, bro, you just know that. Just know, you know what I'm talking about? That's why I keep telling you, I've been telling you for a while now. And all you can do is be player ass. You just stay that, bro. It has nothing to do with you when somebody else do fuck shit, bro. That has nothing to do with you. That has to do with them. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to just recognize this shit for what it is, bro. You gotta recognize people for who they is. And I know sometimes that's hard to do. It ain't really hard to do, but if you got love for somebody, I know it'd be hard for a bunch of y'all just to say fuck somebody, because you be having a soft spot. You know what I'm talking about? But in the end, bruh, you gotta do what's necessary for you. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's just like nursing that snake back to health. You know that motherfucker gonna bite you. It's just when it's healthy enough to give you a real good, a real good bite. Coffee grinder. Yeah, that motherfucker just trying to nurse itself back to it, get real strong. You know what I'm talking about? Could lock on your shit with a firm grip. Hey, you know what I'm talking about? You know that motherfucker gonna bite you. It's just like that sometimes. Friendly fire. But like I said, especially in this day and age, bro, you can't be running around this motherfucker expecting nothing out of nobody, bro. You know what I'm talking about? You can't. And that's why you don't run around put a guilt trip on people, bro. If somebody gonna fuck with you, they just gonna fuck with you, bro. Don't try to force nobody to fuck with you, bro. Don't because I think we throw way too many pity parties for ourselves and shit. I think we come up here way too much talking about how bro, everybody just gonna fuck with everybody else. That should let you know what it is right there. You know what I'm talking about? That's why you keep pushing, bro. Cause while you pushing, bro, don't sit around and wait for motherfuckers to get behind you, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Just keep pushing. Motherfuckers will be behind you. You'll collect motherfuckers to be behind you. You know what I'm talking about? If some motherfuckers back there, Coffee Chronicles. It just might not be the motherfucking faces that you familiar with. Coffee Chronicles. Oh, they back there. You know what I'm talking about? You can't worry about that shit. Cause if you worry about that shit, folks, that shit gonna eat you alive. That shit gonna eat you alive, folks. You know what I'm talking about? You gonna be caring. You gonna be calling up your mama and your daddy and shit, talking about why they ain't on your live. You know what I'm talking about? You gonna be calling up your nephews, your sisters, niecey poo and them. You gonna be asking them why they ain't commenting on your videos, why they ain't liking it. You gonna be putting the invisible pressure on somebody's shit, and they might not even just be watching your shit. They might not even like your shit, bro. You just let people, you know what I'm talking about? And you can't even care about that shit, bro. You just gotta keep pushing, cause as long as you keep pushing, bro, you will get what you want, folks. And a lot of us, we pushing, we just don't know, we don't even know that we pushing. But you pushing, that's how you got them cigarettes every day. I'm telling you, that, you know what I'm talking about? That's why you over there, you got them drugs every day. Anything that you know what I'm talking about? You over that's why you keep all the shit that you do keep. Because that's the direction you pushing in. Friendly Fire Friday Part 2, man. And I'm just saying all this, bro, because you going to have them motherfuckers that, the Friendly Fire Friday 2-part motherfuckers, you going to have them, bro. The moral of this is you just don't pay attention to that shit, bro. It just anything, folks. You see what that shit is, and you keep pushing. Yeah, you see what that shit is, and you keep pushing, folks. You know what I'm talking about? You don't sit there and you polarize that shit. Every time something happens to you, you don't polarize that shit, bro. You don't take yourself and be like, why everybody always picking on me? That shit supposed to make you stronger, bro. You supposed to learn from that shit. Coffee Chronicles. It's just like I say, a majority of you motherfuckers, y'all be sitting around here talking about all them people hating on y'all. And I've seen this the majority more than not, I should just say. Coffee Chronicles. Same people y'all be talking about hating on y'all and shit. When you do get your chance, them the same people you go over there and hang out with. Coffee Chronicles. So that leads me to believe them people really do mean something to you. You know what I'm talking about? It seems I would believe that you trying to gain them people approval some kind of way. And it really hurts your feelings when they talk about you when you ain't got nothing. You know what I'm talking about? Because y'all supposed to be friends. You know, niggas some straight out comic book, bruh. But yeah, folks, like I said, most of the time you gonna be the good friend. I don't know about these days, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Because you niggas ain't really got nothing to your character. Coffee Chronicles. So you might be one of them motherfuckers that's right along with the other 98% of the scandalous. You know what I'm talking about? The deceit, the deception, the 5-finger discount. You know what I'm talking about? You might be part of that percentage, man. But people is gonna do what they gonna do. Just let people be them, man. You be you. Because if you the real righteous one, bro, that's what's gonna separate the game for you. Like I said, just like a sucker fish, all you got to do is leave it alone and it'll die. It'll do itself. You know what I'm talking about? So the same way with people character, bro. That's why you don't trip off that scandalous motherfucker. That's why I know that shit way easier to say, especially depending on when. You know what I'm talking about? I already know, man. You know what I'm talking about? I get it. But motherfuckers gonna take care of themselves, bro. You know what I'm talking about? That's why you don't even get caught up in the friendly fire, man. You know what I'm talking about? You just gauge the shit for what it is and keep pushing. Ain't no need to even magnify that shit, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Just take a mental note, keep pushing, bro, and you will get to where you want to go to, man. You know what I'm talking about? Because another thing we have bad is people we run around this motherfucker and take an invisible score. And depending on how we keep a score, you know what I'm talking about? We got a whole laundry list of shit motherfuckers. Then I'm gonna get you back for this and that. You know what I'm talking about? And all that shit instead of just going on about your business. You know what I'm talking about? You just go on about your business, man. We ain't even got to sit here and make no big thing about it. Because you'll get way further just going on about your way. You will. You'll notice when you go on about your way, even with all this friendly Fire Friday 2-part shit going on, when you go on about your way, when you finally get to where you get to, you'll realize when you sit down and kick on back, you still gonna see everybody where they was at. Just a bunch of more shit going on, you know what I'm talking about? Good thing you left, huh? It's almost like when you was just there, then as soon as you spent off, they came up there popping, a few people then got shot and shit, and you be like, damn, I was just up there, it's gonna be just like that. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't bullshitting with you, bro. You just make sure you ain't the one out there with the motherfucking rifle picking your partners off. You know what I'm talking about? In the Friendly Fire Friday part 2. You just make sure you ain't the one with the rifle. You know what I'm talking about? Or the Rambo knife in your hand, running around sticking motherfuckers in their back and shit, man. You know what I'm talking about? Just make sure you ain't the culprit on this Friendly Fire Friday part 2 shit. You know what I'm talking about? Anything other than that, you should be alright real wide in this motherfucker. On some real shit, bro. You gonna get as far as you could think. I've always said that. For real. You gonna get as far as you could think. You know what I'm talking about? Especially now, man. Even though a motherfucker feel young, it seem like it ain't. Nigga damn near 50 years old, bro. On some real shit. And you just gotta realize sometime, like, you getting up there. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, you getting up there. You know what I'm talking about? So at what time do you just take initiative, you know what I'm talking about, and ride off to that thing that's called Joe Sunset? I don't know. I don't know what you be thinking about. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man, on this Friendly Fire Friday too, you just don't let that shit, cause like I said, Brown has seen motherfuckers fall out with friends. They act like they got their heart broke. You know what I'm talking about? Especially little Niecy Poos. They been a fall out with one of their partners be sitting over there crying and all kind of, what the fuck? You know what the fuck y'all had going on? You know what I'm talking about? Crazy as a motherfucker, man. Fuck them people. You know what I'm talking about, man? Don't let other people be the reason you can't go on, man. You know what I'm talking about? I don't understand that shit. You know what I'm talking about? Man, it seemed like if they was that much of a problem, nigga, it should be a relief when they move. You know what I'm talking about? But just don't let friends and just all that old kitty shit be the cause right now, like in this society, what's trending is just like some big ass blow up, like whatever the fuck happened. Somebody that got jumped on at 7-Eleven. It just seemed like the big thing. Everybody just come around. We talk about that shit for about 9 days straight. You still talking about who got jumped on at 7? Man, fuck all that shit, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And it seemed like motherfuckers got to cause another incident. It took a tragedy to bring the family together. God damn, man. God damn, that they say what's wrong with you, bro. You know what I'm talking about? They say, bro, why do you fuck with it like that? Because if I don't, ain't nobody else is, bro. But fuck that friendly fire Friday part 2 shit, bro. You don't magnify that shit in your own life, bro. Whatever happened, take that shit for what it is, nigga. Even if that shit was devastating, nigga, you take that shit for what it is, man. You hold your head up, nigga, and you keep on pushing, bro. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like, bro, life go on. And if you just really knew how short this shit was, bro, you'll realize really don't none of this shit matter. You know what I'm talking about, nigga? You'll try to get away with every motherfucking thing you could, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? You wouldn't even be talking about that, you know what I'm talking about? With the police said and all that shit, you know what I'm talking about? You'll be coming up with some kind of caper somewhere trying to get trying to get a slice of your American pie. I ain't bullshit with you. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, man. Just knowing life, that shit gonna happen, bro. You don't let that old anything, any of that shit, bro. You don't let nothing be the reason that you can't move on. You know what I'm talking about? And maintain your feet up under you, bro. You know what I'm talking about? And jog on that shit they call concrete. You know what I'm talking about? On some real shit. Because with all this shit, bro, this shit is designed to make you give up. And the average person that's looking for a reason to give up, bro, they done designed this shit to be hella super hard, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? The hard level. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you first start playing Madden and you put that motherfucker on all pro, and all of a sudden you couldn't pass to Jerry Rice no more. He was doing interceptions and shit. You was just playing on easy, man. Jerry Rice was wide open in the middle of the field, wasn't it? It's like that, bro. But you just gotta make your adjustments and push, bro. You gotta stop letting all this shit, especially now, because you could just, I'm talking about this computer shit now, because you could just collect, nigga, imaginary game. And somehow you'll put that shit in your head that shit is, like important. And you'll fuck around and get your feelings attached to this shit, and you'll be arguing with motherfuckers you never even knew for real. But you arguing over a friendship with a motherfucker you ain't never even met. You know what I'm talking about? Don't get like that, bruh. Friendly Fire Friday Part 2. You know what I'm talking about? You just watch yourself, keep pushing, bruh. Let everybody else do them. You know what I'm talking about? Because if you got some real partners at the end, bruh, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all gonna be sitting down, smoking, drinking and shit. You know what I'm talking about? Shooting and shit. But what do I know? Only you. You know what I'm talking about? Could prevent forest fires, man. And with that one right there, if you don't remember nothing else, always remember, it don't cost nothing. Just to show a little bit of that love.